I'll mess up in front of everyone. They'll judge me. Why did I even agree to this? While I stand before the mirror, rehearsing my lines for the important presentation tomorrow, a whirlwind of thoughts fills my mind. My voice trembles, my hands quiver, and the burden of past criticism looms over me like a heavy shadow. Whenever I speak, a sense of doubt echoes within me, fueled by comments about my accent, my mannerisms, and even my very being. The fear of making a mistake wraps around me like a tightening noose. And the weight of the expectation to be flawless is truly overwhelming. It's possible that you have felt the overwhelming fear that your words may not be enough before finding the courage to speak up. Then, there came a day when fear nearly muted my voice. It was one of those Wednesday mornings when the air felt thick with anticipation. My career felt precarious, and I was preparing for a significant presentation. As I stepped into the office, a wave of unease washed over me. The conference room stood ready, chairs arranged in neat rows, and a gentle hum from the projector filled the air. As I fought to steady my breath, my co-workers entered, their conversations blending into a distant hum. Despite countless hours of practice, the fear continued to hold me in its relentless grasp. The voice softly cautioned, "They'll notice your accent. They may perceive you as lacking a certain refinement." My throat felt parched, rough like sandpaper, as I held the clicker tightly, hands shaking with uncertainty. I began, but my voice faltered at the very first word. Some eyebrows were raised, and I found myself stumbling over an important point, my thoughts momentarily escaping me. As I struggled to regain my composure, my accent grew heavier, and my words tangled together, reflecting the weight of the moment. As I navigated through the slides, a bead of sweat formed at my neck, amplifying the uncomfortable silence with every moment of hesitation. The applause was limited, yet respectful, echoing within me as a faint, hollow sound. With my head bowed, I stepped out of the room into the stillness of the hallway that seemed to extend endlessly before me. The weight of anxiety settled in, sharp and persistent, and I found myself paralyzed, surrendering to its grasp. I would let the old critiques of my voice and mannerisms take precedence. But a small voice murmured beneath the weight of my embarrassment. I couldn't keep going like this. I knew I needed to put an end to that downward spiral. As I prepared for the upcoming presentation, a whirlwind of familiar doubts surged through my mind. My palms felt, and a sense of dread slowly enveloped me, echoing past experiences. This time, I paused and held back. I reached out to a trusted friend, hoping she would lend an ear to my thoughts. As I cradled a warm cup of tea in my hands, we settled into the comfort of my living room, where the afternoon sun softly painted shadows across the floor. She nodded, her eyes filled with warmth, while I took a deep breath, my voice trembling at the beginning. Then she said, "Just be you." A moment of understanding took over me when she said. I realized that being true to myself was what mattered most. Perfection was never a requirement. The gentle sound of the projector filled the air like a soft heartbeat as I stepped into the conference room the next day. Even amidst the crowded chairs and the soft hum of anticipation surrounding me, I couldn't shake the feeling of being different. As I gently closed my eyes, I took a deep breath, allowing the cool, grounding air to fill my lungs and bring a sense of calm, and with a steady voice, though not without its imperfections, I began to share my thoughts. I didn't let a stumble over a word stop me. Instead, I took a moment, smiled, and said, "Let me say that again." A handful of individuals returned the smiles, and the atmosphere in the room became gentler. My hands stayed steady on the clicker as the slides transitioned, and I sensed the words resonate deeply, rather than just occupy the space. The applause felt authentic and heartfelt, flowing through the room like a gentle breeze by the end. As I stepped away, a sense of relief took over me, my chest feeling light, while the hallway shimmered softly in the warm glow of the late daylight. Being true to myself mattered more than getting every detail just right. That day changed the way I viewed everything. For a long time, I found myself struggling with the weight of presentation anxiety. It left me wondering why it held such a strong grip on me. The hurtful comments regarding my accent, my fashion choices, and my demeanor belonged to a time long gone. As a child, I was no stranger to the whispers, small jabs about my appearance, and the feeling that I didn't quite belong. Those words lingered in my mind as I navigated my journey as a young woman pursuing a career. And I brought them into every space I entered, heavy yet meaningful like stones. I convinced myself that perfection was essential for being taken seriously, and that any misstep would only reinforce their doubts. As I stood there, enveloped by the warmth of the room after that successful presentation, my perspective began to shift. I came to realize that breathing has the power to bring you back to the present moment. This moment, here, now, is all that matters. It's where you find your sufficiency, leaving the past and future behind. It hit me suddenly, much like a wave crashing onto the shore. The lingering echoes of the past and the anxiety about others' perceptions in the days to come intensified my apprehension. I found myself unable to express my voice, as I was preoccupied with concealing it. That day, it was as if I found my footing on solid ground, allowing myself to breathe and speak freely. I feel a sense of freedom in being myself, much like a tree stands tall, unashamed of its roots. To reveal my authentic self and embrace my imperfections. I opened up to those I felt I could trust, flaws and all. In that moment, I realized that connection doesn't require perfection. It arises from a place of authenticity and honesty. I took a moment to consider what drives me. My purpose isn't to deliver a perfect line. It's to craft something significant and express my true feelings. Whenever I stumble and share my true emotions, it creates a connection with someone else who has felt the same way. What may seem like a weakness is, in fact, a strength that I possess. In those moments when anxiety begins to creep in, with clammy hands and a pounding heart, I take a pause. I take a deep breath, allowing it to fill me with a sense of support, and then I gently let it go. It draws me back to the present moment, allowing me to express my feelings sincerely, almost like a quiet renewal. All things are intertwined. That feeling of anxiety serves as a gentle nudge to pause. Take a deep breath and reconnect with the present moment. My purpose is to connect with them, rather than to seek their admiration. I sense that I've released a weight I was carrying unnecessarily because of that. If speaking up has ever felt daunting, consider practicing in front of someone who can support you and create a safe space first. Embrace authenticity over the pursuit of perfection. before you begin, take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing that breath to anchor you and express yourself in the simplest way possible. Just as you are, understanding that the ability to rise again holds greater significance than the absence of stumbles is a profound realization. I believe that every tense situation has become a chance for growth and improvement. Having found a sense of stability and confidence within myself, I feel ready to embrace the journey ahead with intention. And I sincerely hope you can find that same strength as well.